Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Wow.
I'm excited every time I hear that opening. One Star Trek franchise is beginning its last mission. The third and final season of Star Trek Picard begins today with 10 episodes.
I'm totally geeking out. This is one that the Star Trek The Next Generation fans should not miss, as some of the original cast is reuniting for one last hurrah. So joining us to discuss the final season of Star Trek Picard is a pair of big-time Trekkies, Bill Smith and Dan Davidson, co-hosts of the Trek Geeks podcast. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having us.
All right, so let's start. Bill, let's start with you. Which original cast members are we going to see? Who's not coming back?
Well, we're getting the essentially the series, cast from season 7, so Picard, Riker, Data, or Brent Spiner in some form, I should say, because we don't know what he's going to play yet. Worf. The people we're not seeing are Will Wheaton as Wesley Crusher, and we're not seeing Denise Crosby as Tasha Yar because, of course, her character was killed off in season 1 over 30 years ago.
That's true.
Dave, what's been the fans' response to the first 2 seasons of Star Trek Picard?
Well, I think it's been kind of up and down. I, for one, thought they were both great, but a lot of fans out there had issues with it. There were things that took place in different aspects of the season, like Picard becoming a synth, so to speak, and some of the violence and the dark underbelly of space where Gene Roddenberry's vision was supposed to be one of this utopia. But taking that all into consideration, I thought it was great storytelling, and they did things that were both great for old fans as well as new fans. So I know that some people gave it a thumbs down. I gave them both a thumbs up.
I just rewatched the first 2 seasons. I can say, I don't want to give anything away for people that haven't watched. The Borg Queen comes around, not so evil at the end. So we'll see how that plays in this 3rd season. Now, Dave, this is the final season of the Picard TV series. So, but is this the last time that we're going to see Captain Jean-Luc Picard?
That's a tough question. I want to say I hope not, but I kind of think it is. Sir Patrick Stewart is getting up there in age. But as far as other cast members on the show, showrunner Terry Matalas, who just done a fantastic job with this season, as well as Jonathan Frakes, have thrown out little snippets on social media about the possibility of the adventures continuing with some of these cast members. So I guess we'll see what happens. I personally think this will be it for Sir Patrick Stewart, and I think they're going to wrap it up wonderfully for him.
Well, Bill, Jean-Luc Picard is probably one of my favorite captains. He had so much sex appeal, in my opinion. But what's the possibility of kind of like a handoff like Captain Kirk did?
I think that's very possible. I mean, there's talk of having a next generation of sorts. And I think it's very possible that torch could be passed by the time this 10-episode season ends. That's personally what I'm hoping for as a diehard Star Trek fan. But I can only keep my fingers crossed and hope at this point, because, I mean, ideally, I think more Star Trek is good for the franchise.
Well, let's talk about that franchise, the Star Trek The Next Generation movie franchise. It started strong, but towards the end, it had kind of poor box office performances. The numbers dwindled. In the 3rd season of Star Trek Picard, is this the second chance for kind of closure? Because I've been following this since college in the early 90s, huge fan. Is this kind of their chance to go out with a big oomph?
I think so. I think that this is the series that people have wanted to see since Sir Patrick Stewart stepped on a stage in Las Vegas, in 2018 and announced that Jean-Luc Picard was back. They didn't necessarily want TNG season 8, but they wanted a continuation of these characters, and this is being billed as a final journey. So I think that they're going to close it out right this time.
Bill Smith and Dan Davidson, co-host of the Trek Geek podcast. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
And we didn't even plan that.
We didn't
even plan that. Yes, we are the Star Trek Geek. Thanks, guys. Look at that. That is our very own Tammy. Well, this is you as Halloween.
This was Halloween just this past year. Yeah, I had to
You
pay
look
homage.
exactly like her.
Yeah,
You pull it
Lieutenant
off.
Aura. Yes, I had to pay homage since Nichelle Nichols is no longer with us. So yeah,
I pay homage to Jean-Luc Picard every single day with my bald head. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.